All right, welcome back. We've seen Scrooge take a hard look at his past, and now it's time for him to face the present, a world he's tried so hard to ignore. Let's dive into his next big lesson with the second spirit.
So, what's the big reveal here? I mean, that's really the question, isn't it? Scrooge has been stuck in his memories, but the world hasn't stopped. Life, joy, and yeah, a lot of sorrow have been happening all around him. Now, he's about to get a front row seat.
So, our story picks up with Scrooge waking up, but this time, there's no terrifying ghost. Instead, there's this weird, warm glow coming from the next room.
You can just feel it, right? Something's waiting for him, and class is officially in session.
He kinda tiptoes into his own sitting room and wow, it's completely transformed. I mean, this drab, cold room he lives in, it's gone. It's like a magical Christmas forest sprung up overnight. The walls are covered in holly and ivy, and there's a huge fire roaring in the fireplace. It's just an explosion of warmth and life.
And right in the middle of it all is this, well, it's literally a mountain of food. We're talking turkeys, geese, sausages, pies, puddings, you name it, it's there, piled high. This isn't just dinner, it's a symbol of pure abundance, of generosity. You know, the exact opposite of everything Scrooge stands for.
And sitting on top of this throne of food is this huge, jolly giant in a simple green robe. He looks at Scrooge and just booms. "I am the ghost of Christmas present." This isn't some spooky, chain-rattling ghost. Nope, this guy is Christmas joy itself, and he's here to be Scrooge's guide.
The spirit tells Scrooge to grab onto his robe, and in a flash, they're gone. They're zapped from that incredible feast right into the snowy streets of London. And where are they headed? To the tiny, humble home of Scrooge's clerk, Bob Cratchit.
Now, inside the Cratchit house, it's a completely different world. There is no mountain of food here, not even close. The whole family is buzzing with excitement over one single small goose and a little Christmas pudding. It's not much at all, but you can just tell it was made with so much love.
And the contrast here is just staggering, isn't it? On one side, you have the Spirit's feast, just unbelievable abundance. On the other, you have the Cratchit's meal, which is all about making the absolute most of the little you have. And that's the Spirit's first lesson, and it's a powerful one. The real spirit of Christmas has nothing to do with how much money you have.
As the family sits down to eat, Bob Cratchit raises his glass. They have almost nothing, but their home is just overflowing with love and laughter. This one simple toast says it all.
And then you hear it. That little echo from his son, Tiny Tim. God bless us, everyone. It's just so pure coming from this little boy who's so frail. His body might be weak, but his spirit is huge, big enough to bless the whole world. And you can tell that one little line, it hits Scrooge right in the heart.
Then, Bob does something that is, honestly, it's just unbelievable. He insists on toasting his awful boss, Mr. Scrooge, the very man who makes their life so hard. He even thanks him for the wages that paid for their tiny feast. It's an act of grace that's almost impossible to understand.
But Mrs. Cratchit? Yeah, she is having absolutely none of it. She just erupts, saying what everyone's thinking. Her husband is too good for his own sake, but she's not going to sit there and pretend. Her words are this fiery reminder of the real damage Scrooge's greed causes.
And just like that, the mood just dies. The happiness is gone. Just saying Scrooge's name is enough to cast this dark cloud over their whole Christmas. And Scrooge, who's forced to just stand there and watch, feels this deep, unfamiliar pit in his stomach. It's shame.
So, from the quiet Cratchit home, the spirit whisks Scrooge away again. Next stop, a much bigger, much louder celebration, a party at the house of his nephew, Fred. So Scrooge is listening in, and he hears Fred telling everyone about their conversation from earlier. But Fred isn't angry, he's not resentful, he just feels sorry for Scrooge. He sees his uncle's bitterness as a sickness, and he's just going to keep extending that invitation year after year, no matter what. Then the party moves on to a guessing game. Fred's thinking of something, and here are the clues. It's an unfriendly animal, it lives in London, and it growls and grunts sometimes. The guests are throwing out every guess they can think of, but they're all wrong.
And finally, one of the guests figures it out. She shouts, "It's your Uncle Scrooge!" And the whole room just erupts in laughter.
And Scrooge has to stand there and listen to how the world really sees him, not as a man, but as a grumpy animal. It's a harsh truth, for sure.
But here's the thing. Even after he was the punchline of the joke, Fred leads everyone in a toast to his uncle's health. And seeing that, this totally unearned act of kindness and forgiveness, well, it actually gets to Scrooge. It touches his heart in a way he never saw coming.
But as they leave the warmth of that party, the journey takes a sudden, really dark turn. Scrooge looks over at his guide and notices something's wrong. The spirit's time, it's running out.
Scrooge can see that the ghost has aged, like a lifetime in just a few hours. His energy is fading, his hair's turning gray, and the spirit confirms it. His life is tied to this one day, Christmas Day, and it's about to end.
And right then, a church bell starts to ring. Bong, bong. It's tolling the hour of midnight, and every single strike feels so heavy, counting down the last few seconds of the ghost of Christmas Present's existence.
On that 12th and final chime, the Jolly Giant is just gone. He vanishes, and in his place, coming out of the darkness like a fog, is a new figure. It's silent, it's hooded, it's terrifying. The lesson of the present is over, and a much, much scarier one is about to begin. So, Scrooge has just been shown what life could be. He's seen joy, love, forgiveness, all the things he's missed. But this new, silent ghost brings up the final, chilling question. What happens at the end of a life lived alone? And is it too late to change that ending?